It's time for another collection room tour. Let's jump right into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christopher, and it's been a little while since I've done a complete Star Wars collection room tour. I think the last time I did a room tour was back in March of 2022, so it's been a little over a year. So this is going to be my Star Wars room tour, my complete Star Wars room collection room tour for 2023. Last time it was a little over an hour long, so definitely grab a snack, grab a drink, sit down and relax and enjoy the show. Alright, so kicking off my collection in what I kind of think is like the least interesting corner of my collection room here. So just as you walk in the door here, just to the left of the door after you enter, or to the right side of the door as you enter, I have some posters that are from the movie premieres of each of these movies. The Rise of Skywalker one I think I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. Love that poster. That I just love the color, the blue and the red goes so well together. Underneath that, I have the Solo Star Wars Story. That one I actually picked up. I actually got when I went to the premiere of Solo: A Star Wars Story. Below that, I have Rogue One, which I got from a friend last summer. He brought it up for me. He was holding on to it for me for quite some time. And then below that, the wolf symbol from the Clone Wars. I believe it was Captain Wolf's symbol. But that's just a vinyl decal that my wife makes. She makes vinyl decals for cars. So she put on a piece of glass, sandwiched between two pieces of glass in a picture frame. So that turned out really cool. So that looks really awesome. Then above my door, I have a few canvas prints there. So I have the X-wing and the X-wing pilot and the stormtrooper helmet there. Those were for my brother from probably about 5 years ago. He got me those for Christmas. I think they were from Walmart or something. The Docking Bay 94 one in the middle, that came in the Tatooine Galaxy box from Culture Fly. So if you haven't seen that video, check that out for sure. And then moving on top of my Detolf cabinets here. So I have 5 Detolf cabinets, which I have all of my Star Wars Funko Pops in, as you can see. So starting on top of the Detolf cabinets there, I have all of my Star Wars Elite series, the die-cast figures. Not all of them are facing out, so I had to squish a bunch kind of in behind just to get things to fit there. So if that's something you want to see a video on of my full collection of the Elite series, let me know in the comments. But I have them as the base, and then the 4 styrofoam figures there, candy dish holders from Halloween. So I got Yoda, the Jawa, the Stormtrooper, and Darth Vader. In the middle, you got the I think he's like a 3-foot Darth Vader or something like that. My wife got me that for Christmas one year. And then on the wall on either side, you got the Qui-Gon Jinn Naboo advertisement piece that was hanging from the ceiling when you went into KFC back in 1999 when The Phantom Menace came out. And then on the other side, you got Boss Nass there. And then also along the top, I have my Mighty Mugs. These are like the version 1, the first versions of the Mighty Mugs, because these ones, the heads don't spin. So I have Darth Maul and Lando on this side, and then when we move to the other side, you'll see I have a couple more. And then just moving across the top, I have a Darth Maul. Um, I think it's meant to be a cookie jar or something. I'm not exactly sure, but the head opens up and you can put stuff in it. I just use it for storage for tiny little accessories and stuff for my Black Series figures. But he looks cool sitting there. I used to have him in my cabinet. And then I have some of my deluxe pops, Funko Pops, as well as the Bounty Hunter collection and movie moments on the top here. So I have the TIE Fighter pilot at the top there. I got the Hoth Leia from the Battle of Hoth set. Um, the Battle on the Supremacy, I think these two were called, with Kylo Ren versus the Praetorian Guard, and then Rey with the Praetorian Guard as well. Then, as I mentioned, the Bounty Hunter collection right here. Those ones are awesome. That's probably my favorite set of these deluxe ones. It's a really big set for sure. And then next to that, I have the Finn versus Phasma movie moment. And then if we move on to the other side, we have the Dagobah face-off. We have the Duel of the Fates deluxe ones that connect as well. They sit next to each other. And then Kylo Ren and his TIE Whisperer. And then on the other side, you have some more Mighty Mugs. So you have Admiral Akbar and Princess Leia at the bottom there. And then in the corner on my wall between all my cabinets, I have just some artwork. So I have a printed photo with some signatures my wife bought me. So it's got Mark Harrison, Carrie Fisher, and Peter Mayhew there. And then below that, I have a nice, some nice artwork of the battle on Hoth there with the AT-AT and some snow speeders. That came in the Hoth, not the Hoth one. That came in the Life Day, my most recent box, Culture Fly box, Galaxy box that got ruined there. So that's where that came out of, I believe. Or it might have been the Hoth box. I can't remember. It came out of one of the Galaxy boxes. But then on the other side of that corner, you have some really nice like spray paint art that I picked up while I was in Vegas one year. I can't remember what year that was. And then just down from that, I have my Star Wars posters that are kind of they come mounted on pieces of wood. You pick them up at Bed Bath and Beyond. You can find them other places. So I have Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and then Revenge of the Jedi down at the bottom there. And then, as I mentioned, I do have all my Funko Pops displayed in my D12 cabinet here. I'm not going to go into a huge detail on this one, but you guys can kind of just see a quick glance of this. I'll do another video of just my Funko Pop collection in a future video. So that's that wall. And then when you move on to the next wall, this is where I have my Billy bookcases, also from IKEA. I get a lot of my furniture from my collection room from IKEA. So on top of the Billy bookcases, we'll start up there. So I have at the back, if you guys can see it, it's a Fisher Price. They're like the Galactic Hero things, but this was like the very first version, so they're made by Fisher Price. There were like 5 or 6 sets, so that's the Millennium Falcon set. It comes with C-3PO, the Stormtrooper, Han Solo, and Chewbacca. And then in front of that, I got a sealed Anakin Jedi Starfighter from Revenge of the Sith. Next to that, I have a BB-8 waffle maker. The 6 Burger King watches from Revenge of the Sith. After Revenge of the Sith released. Behind that, there's Jedi, the virtual reality, the Jedi battles or Jedi challenges, Star Wars Jedi challenges or something. I think it was called. I haven't played it in a while. I really should. On top of that, or next to that, I have at the top there, just a box from the Culture Fly Hoth box, and I like to save some of these boxes and store some of my miscellaneous stuff that I don't really have room to put on display, nor do I want to have it like just cluttering up the shelf. But below that, I have my Death Star Christmas tree topper. Next to that, I have a bunch of my 12-inch figures in behind. So I have Director Krennic, there's Mace Windu up there, IG-88. There's a Luke with the Stormtrooper. There's Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul, one of the Cantina band members. I can't remember which one, and then a deluxe Darth Vader that talks. He's really awesome. I think I got him for Christmas. I got a bunch of these ones for Christmas for my parents over several years. And then on top of that, actually, is a Star Wars puzzle that my niece got me a year ago or a couple years ago for Christmas. And then just below that, I have my comic book cover Boba Fett Funko Pop. Needed a place to put him. He's pretty big, so I put him up there. I also have the Mr. Potato Head, Darth Vader. On top of that, I have the Book of Boba Fett movie moment Funko Pop with Boba and Fennec Shand. Next to that, I have the Smuggler's Bounty Darth Vader, the Chrome Darth Vader. And then on top of that, I have one of the Grogu Bounty Collection, I think it's called. If we keep going over, I have some 10-inch pops. So I have Grogu and Babu Frick there in the back corner. On top of that, I have a Grogu Star Wars Monopoly. And then in front of that stuff, I have the R2-D2, like the Christmas Star Wars Funko Pops, which I love how they did these. These are much better than the Valentine's Day Funko Pops that they've released over several years. But these are probably my favorite, like holiday pops, I would say. So these are the Christmas ones. So R2, C-3PO, Yoda, Chewie, and Vader. And then I got two bobbleheads, the Wobblers, and the Funko Pop of the prototype Boba Fett at the top. So starting cabinet by cabinet here, this is my first Billy bookcase cabinet. The top shelf has a lot of my Star Wars DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that. Some video games, some soundtracks at the top of that. And then I got a couple watches and some tins, some ceramic mugs, some random stuff. Then I got my Funko sodas in front of that. And then next to that, I have my Star Wars Vinylmation collection there. So I have a few of those. Those are pretty cool. I would like to get some more of those. On the next shelf down, I have some more Star Wars movies. So these are all VHS movies there. And then I also have, on top of the VHS movies, there's playing cards. So like they come in different tins. And then over to the right side, those are the Force Awakens coins. So there's 6 to that set. And then one of the pairs of 3D goggles from the Force Awakens. And then in front of that, I have my Red Saber series Star Wars Funko Pops there. I don't have the Darth Vader yet. I don't think it's even up for pre-order here in Canada. And then next to that, I have the Paladone Darth Vader light, which I did a review on. And I actually forgot to mention the Star Wars Paladone light above my D12s there. Like that's also a Paladone light. That one's probably my favorite Paladone light that I've gotten to date. They make some really nice lights for decor and stuff. Below that, I have in the back I have the widescreen version of the Star Wars trilogy on Laserdisc. Just in front of that, I have the 4 cups and toppers from KFC from the planet Naboo, which was KFC. And then in front of that, just some miscellaneous collectibles. So I got the Lola droid from the Kenobi series, Wicket the Ewok vintage piggy bank there, um, some bookends from Hallmark that my sister-in-law got me for Christmas, and then some random stuff. There's Darth Maul there as well. Moving on down to the next shelf below. This is where I think the majority, if not all, of my Black Series figures are on this shelf now. I used to have them spread on different shelves, but I kind of moved stuff around to make stuff fit a little bit better. So in the back, I got the episode 1. It was like a sneak peek figure, one of the sneak peek figures before the rest of the figures came out. It's the battle droid on the stap. And then next to that, I have a couple of figure and glass sets there. There's Luke Skywalker, and then in the back, which you can't really see, is Anakin Skywalker. Beside that is a Han and Carbonite piggy bank, vinyl piggy bank. On the other side, I got the Jawa piggy bank, and then a Grogu. I think that's a Galactic Snack in Grogu. I have quite a few Grogus in the collection, which you'll see. And then, as I mentioned, a bunch of my Black Series figures there. If that's something you'd like to see, like in my full Black Series figure collection, let me know down in the comments. And then in front of that, I do have some of my Star Wars Mission Fleet figures as well. Since they're small enough, they fit right in front there. So just below that shelf, I have some of my popcorn tins from the movies. So I got a couple Force Awakens tins and then a couple of the Rise of Skywalker tins on the right side. I also have some sealed cans of soup, some gum, and a couple of Star Wars. I guess they're meant to go on your dash. The Yoda and the C-3PO, they're meant to go on your dash as like dash decorations for your car. And then a Millennium Falcon tin. And then below that is where I have all my Star Wars magazines, some plastic cups from Subway, also from the movies. On the right hand side, you'll see some Marvel comics, like graphic novels and stuff. Some boxes of Kraft Dinner. The lithographs from when you pre-ordered the movies when they came out on Blu-ray. So I got a set from each of the Disney movies, the Disney Star Wars movies there. So on the top 3 shelves of my second cabinet here is where I have the majority of my ceramic mugs, ceramic glasses, just ceramic stuff, and then I put some smaller collectibles in front on each shelf. So on the top shelf, I have some Wobbler bobbleheads. So I got Rey, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca with the Porg. On the second shelf down, I put some of my Adventure Galaxy of Adventure figures, which I love the styling on these. I love the cartoon style on these guys. So I got a bunch of those in front of there. And then moving down, I have like some Christmas ornaments, couple Christmas ornaments, and then some Hot Wheels ships, and the over on that right side, the ATST, the Micro Galaxy Squadron ATST there. And then just below that, I have another shelf with some more cups and toppers. Those ones are from Taco Bell, which was themed as Tatooine there. So you got Darth Maul, Watto, Anakin, and Sebulba. In behind that, I have a collector tin with the episode 1 lithographs. And then in front of that, just some miscellaneous collectibles there. So I got the Commander Cody vinyl bank, some larger Funko Pops, like some, I think they're about 6-inch Funko Pops, the Wampa, the Flocked Wampa, the Rancor, and then some smaller collectibles. You got Darth Maul on the Sith Speeder piggy bank, vinyl piggy bank, his Sith Infiltrator television remote, and just some smaller figures. Moving on down from that, I have some more random collectibles. A lot of, I don't know, I like to call my collection, these shelves, organized chaos, I guess. is what I would call it. So at the back, I have the C3PO. It's a 12-inch doll, but it comes with a book. So they had a few of these. They had an unmasked Vader that came with a book, and then they had I think it was an Aura Singh that came with a book as well. Um, on the left hand side, it's a tin from Toys R Us. It originally came with a mouse pad inside, and it's made to look like the Episode 1 Pepsi can. On top of that, I got my Darth Vader in Meditation Chamber Funko Pop, and then in front some more deluxe Funko Pops there. From the Mandalorian, Kenobi, you got Chewie in the ATST, Grogu on the Seeing Stone, and then a big animatronic Yoda there. At the bottom, on my bottom shelf in this second cabinet, I have a bunch of my Star Wars stuffies. This is where I put those when I get them. So, a couple new additions. The Wampa, or the Tauntaun, sorry, with the Luke that comes out of the stomach there, and then the Rancor itty bitty there with the Luke Skywalker as well. And then you got Jar Jar. You got a couple Yodas there. You got Grogu, and in behind there, there's a. It was the came with the premiere when you saw the Phantom Menace in the premiere in the theaters. They gave out that magazine. It's got photos and stuff from the movie. If that's something you'd like to see in a video, I'd definitely love to show that off. So on the top shelf of my third and final Billy bookcase cabinet, I have just some random collectibles there. So I have an animatronic R2-D2 on the left side. There's a Sphero remote control BB-8 on the right side in the back. Just some random collectibles up in the front. There's a Grogu paperclip holder, the First Order Stormtrooper or Executioner Trooper, popcorn bucket thing, and then another Darth Maul piggy bank from Applause. Down below that on the next shelf, I have yet another version of the Star Wars trilogy. That's a widescreen trilogy from before the special edition, and then some random collectibles again. So I got a really awesome Wampa with the Luke hanging upside down in the snow globe there. Some tins, some Mighty Mugs. These are the second version where the heads spin when you push their heads. Death Star. Cookie Jar, one of my favorite collectibles in my collection. And then a little Darth Maul on the side there, and then some mystery minis. And then down below in my third case here, this is where I have the last set of 4 of the cups and toppers, this time from Pizza Hut, that was themed as Coruscant. And then in behind that at the back, there's my Star Wars soundtrack on vinyl. Kind of tough to display that, so I kind of it's kind of tucked away at the back. You can't really tell what it is. And then just some random collectibles in the front there. So you got a couple bobbleheads, another animatronic Grogu, a stuffed Wampa, a bunch of neat little collectibles. Below that, I have some more collectibles, just random stuff. I got the Mattel Grogu, that's a stuffed Grogu with the kind of rubbery head. The Kenobi Geeky Tiki, which I did a review on recently. And then just some random collectibles again. The Biddy Boomers, the Mandalorian Biddy Boomers there. Just some random collectibles there. Down below, I have some more random stuff there. In the back, I have their lunch kits from Culture Fly, and each of them had like different collectibles from each movie. So you had A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And then just in front of that, I have some of my transforming Micro Machine heads, the Battle Droid, Jar Jar, Yoda, and Jabba, and then a couple of the Funko Dorbs there. And then on the bottom shelf of this case is where I keep a lot of my books, and then random stuff. Like I said, organized organized chaos is how I would describe my collection, how I display my collection right now. So that is it for my Billy bookcases. So on the floor in front of my Billy bookcases, I have one of my favorite collectibles here. Um, it's the Wampa rug. I've wanted a Wampa rug for the longest time. My wife finally got me one this past Christmas. So really love this. I kind of wish it was bigger though. Wish it took up some more space, but I love it. It's probably my favorite collectible in my room here. Um, and then to the right of my Billy bookcases there, I have this is my poster wall here. So I have a few framed posters. The Last Jedi, the Bad Batch, and the Solo one I had before on the wall. They were from the Disney Rewards site. My wife had some extra points, so she got those for me. The Attack of the Clones IMAX one, that one's pretty cool. So that one I actually got one of my first trips down to Bellingham in the States. I used to live close to the border there, so that was one of my first times to the U.S. there. Then I also have some canvas prints. Those are from a guy, I think it's Rob Spray Art on Facebook and Instagram. He does spray paint art on canvas. My wife got me those for Christmas last year or the year before. I can't remember. A couple of years ago, I think it was now. And then just below that, I have my Book of Boba Fett picture poster. That came from that Red 5 Designs. I won that from the Holo Chronicles giveaway that they were doing with Red 5 Designs. Beautiful poster. And then just below that on the floor, I have a new display case. I actually picked this one up last summer there. So just beside that display case, I actually have a couple of boxes. So I have just random small collectibles in there again. Like I like to use those Star Wars Galaxy boxes for my random collectibles there. So that's what goes in those. And then in the display case, like I said, this is a new piece in my collection this year. So at the top, I just have some Hot Wheels, which I don't really have room for. These used to be in my cabinet in front of all my movies, but I have a plan to get a rotating acrylic display to put those in eventually. So that'll be done by the next room tour. So on the first shelf, I have my Mission Fleet vehicles with a couple of other vehicles. I think they're from the X-Wing role-playing game. So you got the Slave One in there. You got the Millennium Falcon in there as well. Apologize for the glare on this cabinet. Below that, I have all of my Star Wars Unleashed figures, which I love. They're great. If you're into statues or you want to get into statues, and you don't want to pay the high price, definitely pick up some of these. They're great. So I have the Darth Maul, the Grievous, Padme, Anakin, Mace Windu, and then Count Dooku on this side here. And then on the last shelf, again, I apologize for the glare, but yeah, a bunch of random collectibles again. So I got some 12-inch figures here, some little figures, little Grogu, a little trading remote clock, a Dio cup with straw from the Disney store. So that's that cabinet there. So next to that cabinet, I have my desk where I would say the magic happens. So I've got my 2 light setup here for when I'm filming. I have a mount for my phone right here with my mic stand where my mic usually goes. And then some collectibles on my desk. I got the Grogu with the eggs Funko Pop, a Millennium Falcon light that lights up, there. I have the Death Star day calendar, and then the Millennium Falcon desk lamp as well there, and then some coasters my wife made me. So those are just vinyl on a ceramic tile. So those are pretty cool. She made me those a few years back now. Um, just underneath my desk, it's a little bit of a mess there. So that's where I keep my stuff that I try to sell. I'm trying to sell. I got some Funko Pops in the bottom left corner that I'm trying to sell. I got some ceramic glasses that I don't have the shelf space for, and then some other stuff I have yet to review there as well. So next to that, I have my second favorite collectible in my room, the Han Solo and Carbonite mini fridge. It's not plugged in, but it does light up to give that kind of warm, glowing effect of Han melting. And then it holds about a case of pop, I believe. And then above that, I have just an old popcorn tin. It came with popcorn. It's got the Star Wars episodes 1 through 6 on there. And it holds some of my smaller collectibles. And then in the corner here, beside my desk, I have my Darth Maul lightsaber. I don't remember the name of it. I want to say it's like the Force Effects one, but it's plastic here. It still lights up though. Yeah, so it still looks cool. I love the look of it. And that's actually mounted on the wall with a broom mount for like one of the 3M broom mounts there. And then on the other corner there, if you can see that, that's where I have some of my Hot Wheels. So I have the Wampa sign, the Wampa warning sign. I have some pins from I think it was Star Wars Destinies or whatever it was called, Star Wars Identities, I think it was. Just a kind of showing an event at one of the local centers here in Edmonton. And then I got some random Star Wars Hot Wheels there. So I got ones from each movie, based on each movie, and then some that are based on some planets here, as you can see. So, there's like Dagobah, Hoth, Bespin, and stuff like that. So they're kind of in the corner there. So then when you move away from my desk, on the wall next to that, it's taken up by this big monstrosity of a closet door. It goes floor to ceiling and almost takes up the whole wall there. So can't really do anything with that. So I put my 2 cardboard displays there. So I got the Lay's Episode 1 display with Qui-Gon Jinn, and then I got the Padme cardboard cutout from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. And then next to that, temporarily, last but not least, is this Attack of the Clones poster from the soundtrack. When my dad, I think he got me that when he worked at A&B Sound back in the day here in Canada, back when that was a thing. So that's there temporarily. Soon that will be over on my door here and off the floor. So that does it for my collection room tour for 2023. Let me know what was your favorite piece that you noticed in my collection, and if there's anything you'd like me to go more detail into, like a little section of my collection, I can do that in another video, so just let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then click to watch one of my other reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.